pure deliciousness. Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmama when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know. And I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. I appreciate the support. We out here, man. 33 years of prison stories. As y'all can see, I'm in workout mode. You understand me? I got to get back right. I'm in workout mode. So I'm trying to make these videos for y'all. Keep this content going. We got the Banky Pound Prison Fitness going on too, so I got to make content for over there. We got the Living Life After Life podcast going on. We got Pure Deliciousness still waiting on you. So let's get it, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. But this 33 years of prison stories, it can't stop, won't stop. We got to put it down. Put it down. We got to put it down. We got to save these young people out here, or at least try to do our best. So that's what we doing. Today, man, out here, it's kind of chilly, but it's good. I already done built up a sweat. So today out, I wanted to talk to y'all about, you know, some of the most dangerous places in the penitentiary, man. Some of the most dangerous places where it go down at, where you don't want to get caught slipping at. And there's a couple of them, man. There's a couple of them. If you get caught up in there, man, you know, you got to be ready. You got to be prepared, man, because you know, sneak attacks come in prison, man. And I say sneak attacks when in prison there's really no such thing as sneak attacks, man, because you know where you at, you know what's going on, and you should always be prepared. So I don't want to really say sneak attacks because, as I've told y'all before in previous videos, you know, I never heard of a lion, you know, warning a gazelle or antelope or whatever it is that he might want to attack, warning them before he pounced on them. So you have to look at it in that frame of mind, the same way as if, you know, you in the jungle, because that's where you at. You in the concrete jungle. So, you know, somebody might pounce at any time, and you just got to be ready, man. You just got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But, you know, some of the places that you should always be aware of when you're in the penitentiary, well, you should be aware at all times. But some of the places that I would say that a lot of things go down at, because a lot of times people try to be out of the way of the camera if they're going to make a move, and especially if they really trying to, you know, do some damage to you. They don't want to get caught. That's the main thing. They don't nobody want to get caught. And so you have to be ready at these spots, man. I know for a fact, like I'm out here right now on that yard, that's one of them. In that child hall, which we just talked about, that's one of them. Definitely the stairways. The stairways, so much stuff that went down in them stairways is unbelievable. That shower, you got to be ready even in that shower, man. Your room, you got to be ready in your room. You know, so that's like 5 of the most dangerous spots that you have to be aware of when you're in the penitentiary. That's off the top of my head. And a lot of things go down in those spots, man. And say, like, for instance, for on the yard, man, a lot of things go down on that yard. I've seen a lot of dudes, you know, come out there on that yard and you know, on their feet and get carried out. You know, they get carried out because they know they got beef, or they don't know they got beef, and somebody's out there. And them dudes, man, they had them Bethlehems buried in the ground out there. They get them out there, sneak them through the shakedown by, you know, some type of way. You got some dudes, they'll go on the yard, they'll get shook down, and they'll go on the yard, and they ain't got it, and they'll have somebody else, because we lined up to go on the yard. So they'll have somebody else that's in the back of the line, and they'll walk around to the side of the fence. And then when the dude go through the opening of the gate where the officer is shaking you down at, he'll go through and go over there by the fence, and the dude will go over and run over to the fence, act like he talking to him, and he'll slide him that joint. So now he got the joint, and he done got through the shakedown. Now that dude will go back and get in the line while somebody distracting the police, and then when he go through the line, he clean too. So the Bethlehems is out there on the yard. They definitely out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I ever been on the yard where they ain't out there. They out there. You know, so you got to be aware of that, you know. And then you can go out there and don't have no beef. You know what I'm saying? And you can go out there and a beef can occur. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be prepared. You always got to have something in your mind of what you gonna do if something go down out here. What you gonna do if you get caught and somebody got that thing out here. You got to know where the weight's at. The weights that you can grab and pick up, the 10-pound weights, or the weight bar. You got, if you ain't got that Bethlehem, you got to have something. You know what I'm saying? Besides just, you know, boom, man, you got to have them skills. You got to have them skills to keep them up off you. You know, so you don't get hurt as bad as you possibly could. Because dudes have been left out on their yard, laid in a puddle of blood. And see, that's one of the most dangerous places as well, too, because you could get hurt out there. And if the person in the tower don't see it, or the person is walking the yard, the officer, sometimes the officer walk the yard as well. A lot of times they just stay over there in the booth and just be looking out there, reading a magazine, listening to a radio, talking to another CO, trying to set up some type of rendezvous or something with one of the female COs. So they don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So dudes get hurt on their yard and before the police even know what's going on. And sometimes the police don't know what's going on until you leave in the yard and they clearing the yard and somebody's still out there laying down in the middle of the yard, you know, fighting for their life. So that's a dangerous spot, man, to be on, is to be on that yard. It's a lot of reasons. A lot of dudes is locked up. They don't even go on the yard. You know what I'm saying? They don't even go on the yard because they know what's out there. You know, so, you know, if you want to go out there, then you're going to have to go out there. But, you know, you want to work out, you want to play basketball, you want to just get some fresh air. You're going to have to go out there because there ain't no other place you can go, you know, besides walking back and forth to the chow hall. So you're going to have to go out there if you want that air, if you want that rec. But at the same time, you're going to have to be prepared. Even if you're a humble person, even if you ain't got no beef with nobody, even if, you know what I'm saying, you ain't had no words, you still got to be prepared because, like I say, an altercation can occur with you. You got so many dudes in there, man, going through so many different things, man, personal things, home problems, you know, girl problems, just the fact that they frustrated and irritated with being locked up. They going through all of these different things and they ain't got no outlet. So you just might be their outlet. You might walk by them and brush up into them, and then all of a sudden you in a situation. You know what I'm saying? You in a situation. So yeah, that yard, man, is a super dangerous place, man. Super dangerous. And then when we had that night wreck, whoo, this is why they took the night wreck. The night wreck is even more dangerous because you can't see what's going on. So if you can't see what's going on when it's pitch dark out there, we used to be out there till it's pitch dark. So it's pitch dark out there and dudes is walking around, and especially at nighttime, they got the coats on, everybody's strapped, and then you got the police, they ain't on the yard at all at nighttime. That's not gonna happen. They all the way at the gate. So the yard is so big, the tower can't see you. So many of them got left out there on that yard. Many of them. I done seen dudes get hit up out there viciously on that yard. I done seen dudes get knocked out there on that yard. And it's never, you know, found out until the wreck is over. It's never found out until his wreck is over. Because when they clear the yard, then they start walking the yard and checking and making sure ain't nobody out there. And you find dudes laid in the corner. You find dudes laid out on the yard. You see what I'm saying? So it was dangerous, man. It was super dangerous. And you know, you go out there at your own risk, you know. I told y'all about the chow hall. We just finished talking about that. And, you know, the chow hall is so dangerous because of the simple fact that you get locked in there. You know, if you locked in there, man, and it's a small, probably, I think maybe the chow hall hold 50, 60 people, you know. So you locked in, you can't get out. So if somebody pull that thing out or you get the rumbling in there, you're going to have to be able to fight, man, because the people going to come. They probably get to the chow hall quicker than they'll get to anywhere else because it's going to be a police in there. It's going to be the staff in there, the fees. So they're going to sound the alarm and let people know something is going on. But at the same time, you still going to have, man, 3 to 5 to 8 minutes where you're going to have to defend yourself. And you may have to defend yourself against that Bethlehem. You may have to defend yourself against 2 or 3 dudes just jumping on you with all that gang activity and everything going on in there like that. So that chow hall is dangerous, man, because there's no way to get away. You know, even on the yard, you can break off and run. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you got to do, you could take off and run. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that in that chow hall. It's small, it's compact, it's full. A lot of people is in there. and it's gonna be tricky, man. It's gonna be tricky. Same reason a lot of dudes don't go to that child hall. They call it the death trap. You know, they call it the death trap because you can't get away. And again, they sneak them Bethlehems in there too. You know, one thing about prison, man, everything that you don't supposed to do, somebody's gonna find a way to do it. They gonna find a way to do it. Everything besides get out of the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? They gonna find a way to do it. So, yeah, that child hall, man, that stairway. Woo! The things that I done seen happen in that stairway, man, is no cameras in the stairway. You never really understood that a lot of prisons that I've been on, they even implemented the cameras. They did not have them in the stairway. And that's where it go down at. Because just like, you know, they don't put them in the stairway, everybody know they not in the stairway. So if anybody who got a beef with you and they trying to get away, then they lurk on you. They lay in the stairway. They waiting for you. You see what I'm saying? So that's a issue right there too. So every time you hit that stairway, man, you got to be prepared. You know, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. When I used to, especially like on Greensville, when I used to hit that button, there's a button that locks the door too, so you can actually get trapped in the stairway. See what I'm saying? That's a death trap as well, because you got a button that you got to hit at the bottom to get in the stairway. Then you got to hit a button at the top to get on the outside. So anytime you in between there, you locked in. So if you got somebody that hid in the stairway and they laying up top and you done hit the button to come in and then the door closed behind you, then when you got to go up top to get the door open and you got somebody up there, you got opposition up there, and then they done bust out and came down the stairs and they coming at you with that Bethlehem, you stuck. You is stuck, man. Straight up, you stuck. Or even if they coming at you to rumble, you stuck. You gonna have to fight your way out. You know, so every time when I was on there, when I hit that stairway, when I hit that button, I hit that button, and before I even proceeded to hit the first step, I pulled that thing out and put it right up on my arm right here, and I had just like this. So you can pop out if you want to on me, like Jack in the Box, and I'm gonna send you back in there like Lil Bo Peep. Because yeah, I was always prepared with that stairway, because coming in the system, I seen a lot of dudes get banked in that stairway. I seen a lot of dudes get hit up in that stairway. I have been coming up the stairs and dudes up there turn the dude out the frame. I've been coming up the stairs, dudes up there hitting dudes. You know, you just pause and stop, and you know what I'm saying, mind your business, because it ain't your business. You see what I'm saying? It sound cool and it sound crazy, but it ain't your business, because you could jump into somebody else's beef and lose your life. Unless it's somebody that I know, somebody that's one of my partners or something that, you know, that is in danger like that, you just got to mind your business. You know what I'm saying? I done been up there, like I say, when a couple of dudes just beating, you know, the dog doo-doo out of dude, and I stop when I see it, and they like, just go ahead on by, man, go ahead on by. And I just walk on by and keep on going, because it ain't my business. You see what I'm saying? But that stairway, super dangerous, man. Super dangerous, because you can't get out. And you always got to be prepared, because there's no cameras in there, and that's where it's going down at. When I told y'all about the CO, the Officer Mac, man, McGinnis, you know, one of the craziest COs ever. They jumped Mac in the stairway, threw the pillowcase over his head and stabbed him up. Mac had to fight his way out the stairway. You know what I'm saying? So that they get polices in the stairway. They assault the females in the stairway. They used to wait in the stairway on Greensville for when the females came up there, and they used to grab them on the behind, or, you know, like something like this, or put something and cover their whole face up, you know, with no COVID. They covered all up, and then to catch the woman in the stairway and fill all up and stuff. And women then left up out of there crying and screaming, and went over there and hollered to the administration. They done shut the whole, you know, block down, shut the whole joint down, and going back and looking at the camera from when you come out of the stairway or who went in the stairway. So they're going to judge from who went in the stairway when and who came out, and them persons might end up getting a charge that don't even belong to them. Because the dude who went in the stairway, he might have went in the stairway, and it's a part on the top that you could go up top and hide. He probably went up there and could have been up there hiding for about 30 minutes, an hour, letting other people transition through there. So when a female come through there, then he come down, they don't know if it was him, because they judging by the time on the clock when she says happening. So it just was wicked, man. It just was wicked. You, period, point blank, for a lot of reasons, that stairway was unsafe, man. You could end up getting a charge that don't belong to you. You could end up, you know, losing your life in the stairway. You could end up being in a fight for your life in the stairway. So the stairways on all prisons that I've been on was always a danger zone, especially on Powhatan too. On Powhatan, man, a lot of dudes got bust up on the stairway. A lot of dudes got hit up, got sliced with razors on the stairway. Dude might be coming in the stairs and got a beef with you, and you coming up the stairs, and as soon as you come by him, he slice you with the razor and just run. You know what I'm saying? And what you gonna do? Chase him and bleed to death, or try to go to medical? You know, and he gonna leave it up to you whether you tell who did it or not, because it ain't no cameras in the stairway. And it won't even no cameras on Powhatan. When I first got there, they implemented cameras after I got there. So stairway is dangerous, man. Stairways is dangerous. What else I said? That shower. Oh man. Well, the shower is always dangerous. Always dangerous, because you are vulnerable when you're in that shower. Super vulnerable when you're in that shower because you naked. You know, and dudes know that. So a lot of dudes will assume you ain't got that thing in there with you in that shower. You know, now if they ever assumed that about me, they would have been incorrect. They would have been most definitely incorrect. Because, man, I said this, I believe I've said it before on the video. I may have, may not. But when I used to go in that shower, I used to take it with me in that shower too. Now, the tricky part about it was because the people in the booth can actually see in the shower. They can see over top of the shower. You know, this is why the gunners love the shower, because they know the women can see them. But they supposed to only be able to see down to your waist, but you know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? We ain't never been in the booth, so who knows? But they have a homemade, or whatever you call it, the thing that you push for the water to come on, and it's all made together. But also they got the little soap dish thing right there. So what I used to do was take and put my soap dish and turn it sideways. And I used to take the Bethlehem and wedge it right up under the soap dish so it's sticking out, so I can just grab it. And then I'll take and put a towel and hang it across there, so if the person in the booth is looking over, they won't see it sticking out. They don't know what it is. They just see the towel over there, which they don't supposed to be looking in the shower, but we know they be looking. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I used to do. So when I used to go up under the water to wash my hair and soap in my eyes or whatever, and that was crazy too, because you always try to keep one eye open and just be listening and paying attention while the soap going over your eyes. And if I used to hear anything and somebody coming in there, footsteps or anything, I'm automatically reaching. You know what I'm saying? I'm reaching, because, you know, if you wait too late, it might be too late, you know. So I've seen dudes get laid out in that shower, man, and the police don't even see it. Laid out in the shower. You can go in the shower and go to walk in the shower like the ones on certain institutions that got 2 showers over here and 2 showers over here. You could go in the shower, pull the joint back to go up in there, and you might see blood just coming out in scrolls with the water. And then, you know, you might see an arm hanging out. You know, you might see somebody laid out there, you know, because they done got crushed in the shower, and ain't nobody alarmed nobody yet. Don't nobody know yet. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy. That shower, dangerous. Super dangerous, man. So you got to be prepared in that shower. If a dude want to get you, he figured that that's when you the most vulnerable, because you ain't got no clothes on, and a many dudes done came up in there and bust up in there and jerked the curtain open and just start hitting you. You see what I'm saying? Just start hitting you just like that. So what are you gonna do? Are you naked? You know what I'm saying? So if you naked, you need to have something to equalize that situation. So take it in there with you. And it's crazy, not too often, but I have seen, but very rarely, probably just even a couple of times in my whole bit, where the police, they pull a what you call like a raid or a pop-up or something, and they come in there, and you know, they want to bust the curtains open and come in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Open the shower and look, you know what I'm saying? And see if you got anything in there. I've seen them come in there and just line everybody up that's out there in the block, because dudes be having them out there in the block. So they'll come in there and say, everybody stay where you at. Don't nobody move. Don't nobody move. Stand up, stay right where you at. And they'll come around and strip search everybody in the block. They did that a lot at Augusta. And they catch a lot of dudes dirty like that. The dudes got the things on them out there. There's nowhere you can get rid of it. They close all the doors. So that was another thing. That was an alarming point. If the doors was open and then all of a sudden you see all the doors closing, everybody look over to the side door and see, because the police could be just running in then to pull a raid. But they closing the door to make sure you don't get back in your cell to try to hide it. But everybody that's on that block is going to get shook. They ain't going to get script searched. And they're going to take them to the shower and script search each and every one of them. But right then and there, while you're in the block, they're going to tell you take everything off to your underwear and your T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Everything. So if you got it on you and you're caught, you're going straight to jail. You know, straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect anything but some misery. And you're going straight to jail. But like I say, rather get caught with it than get caught without it when you need it. So, you know, like I say, them showers, very, very dangerous. Cell. Told you about the cell. The cell gonna always be dangerous even though you in there. The cell gonna be dangerous for many, many reasons, man. Number one, because it's very small. And when your door open, you better be up. You better be up when you hear that, you better be up. Because somebody could be on the outside of the door, by the side of the door, waiting for the bus open and run right up in there and jump on you. And if you laid, if you one of them type of dudes that like to sleep, you one of them type of dudes that sleep real hard, penitentiary ain't for you. It ain't for you. My brain is trained to automatically pop up when I heard that door move. I wouldn't care if I was in a dead of a sleep. I wouldn't care if it was 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and I'm knocked out. You could have the TV on when you in the cell with me. You could be talking when you in the cell with me. You could be exercising in the floor or whatever. I prefer you not to, but you could be doing all of that if I'm comfortable already and I know who my cellie is, right? And if I'm sleeping, it won't wake me up. Because that noise, somehow, even in the unconscious state, I know the difference of that noise. You understand? And all of that, I could go sleep right through that. But when I heard that, I'm automatically up. That's my alarm clock. I'm automatically up. Because I've seen many dudes get caught sleeping in that cell and somebody ran in there and did them dirty. Real dirty. You know, while you in the bed. You know, covered up, little thin blanket and sheet. They will pull that off you and just, and you can't do nothing. You stuck. Especially if you're on the bottom bunk, because the beds is so narrow and then there's nothing but the wall. So you got to go this way. You got to go towards him to get out of the cell. Even on the top bunk, if a dude running there and start hitting you on the top bunk, you got to get down. Or even if you get up and bag up to the wall, he still can get you. You know, so I've seen all of that happen many, many times. So your brain will train your body to wake up when they hear that noise. That noise is solidified in my brain, man. You know what I'm saying? It's solidified in my brain. When them side doors or them cell doors open, clack, clack, it's the noise is just trained in your brain. And anybody who did time and survived and, you know, was able to duck a whole lot of that type of stuff, they was trained too. They most definitely was trained, because like I say, that is a survival instinct that you have to have in prison. And then you could be in there, you know, using the bathroom. You could be on the toilet and dude will know it. And they'll be slick. They'll walk by your cell. They'll walk by again. And they see, even if you got the cut up, if you got a sheet up where you can see the silhouette through it, and they know you on that toilet and they trying to catch you and they trying to get you, they will walk by there and see that, and they'll have their partner there and they'll tell them, say, open 24, and they'll be standing up there by 24 like this with their back turned, so the CO would think that it's the person they live in there, and they'll be holding their hand up like pointing to your door, and then their door busts open, snatch that curtain there and start hitting you while you're on the toilet. Yeah, start hitting you while you're on the toilet. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, cell is dangerous, man. And then like I say, they can bust the door and run in there 2 and 3 deep. You're gonna have to fight your way out. It's only one way out. And your best bet is to, no matter what you up against, is to get out of that cell. So you can have room to move, you can have room to maneuver, to be able to see what's coming at you. But in that cell, is you trapped off. You trapped off, and everything in there is concrete and steel. If you hit your head on something, if you fall back on something, anything can happen to you. And the worst thing you want to do is go down, when you in battle. Because if you go to the ground, there ain't no telling what can happen to you. You may not never get back up. So yeah, that cell, man, the cell is dangerous, man. You know, prison in itself is super dangerous, but it's certain spots that you have to try to avoid when you in there, man. You just have to. Who did I cover them all that I said? We had the kitchen, we had outside, the rec, we got the cell, we got the shower. I said something else, didn't I? I don't know now. I'm losing my train of thought thinking about all of this foolishness that goes on up in here, man. But it's just crazy, man. The things that I've seen, the things that will stay in my brain forever, the things that, you know, that just happen, man, over, you know, just, you could just be going through a regular day and it's nothing. You can be walking up the stairway with a group of people coming up, and then next thing you know, it's chaos. You know what I'm saying? It's chaos. The dude like, what's going on? What's going on? And there's a dude that done pulled out and turned around and started stabbing the dude. You know what I'm saying? These things happen so randomly and so fast that, like I say, that's why I always say you got to stay ready, because you don't know what's going on. And you don't know who got something against you. You don't know what somebody else got on their mind. You know, you don't know. I've seen dudes just kirk out for any kind of reason. Any kind of reason. You know, they just lose their mind because the pressure and everything that built up on them so much that now that they just waiting to explode. And I've seen dudes do that. Just explode, just pull a knife out and just start running. And ain't beefing with nobody, but he beefing with everybody. You see what I'm saying? I seen dudes that get bad news from home. Their parents done died, or they kids and done got into certain situations, or all types of scenarios where a dude would just lose his mind and just take it out on whoever is next to him. I seen dudes get off of the phone, you understand me, and get bad news and just hang the phone up and just start punching the dude that's beside him on the phone. Ain't got nothing, no beef with him. He ain't did nothing to him. It's just the information that he just got from home that upset him so bad that he bang and just and then dude just got to drop the phone and fight. He just got to drop the phone and fight. You see what I'm saying? I've seen a dude on the phone do the same thing, get off the phone, and he was yelling so much and screaming so much, and the dude said something to him about it because it's interrupting his call, because we know further than 2-3 feet away from each other on the phones. So you have to have some type of respect and not talk loud or whatever, because the person is right next to you. So I seen the dude say something to him like that, and then he get mad because he say something to him and punched him in the face. Boom. But when he punched him in the face, dude stumbled back and pulled that thing out and lit him up. Lit him up. He hit the wrong dude because that dude was ready. He was prepared. He probably knew these things and be prepared being on that phone, because he knew he was the type of dude that would speak up for something like that. So if you're willing to speak up for yourself, you're going to have to be willing to protect yourself. And he was right. He was ready. You see what I'm saying? And then the dude that swung on him, he won't prepare. He shouldn't even never swung. You know, he put his life in jeopardy, and he almost lost his life. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Prison is crazy. The situations is crazy. These are some of the most dangerous places in prison, you know, but overall prison is just dangerous, period. That's just the bottom line. And it's a life that I don't wish on nobody. It's a life that I wish none of y'all out there on TBP listening ever have to experience. And I hope nobody that you know ever have to experience them. And this is why I put this knowledge out there. This is why I put this message out there. And I hope y'all share these messages, man, and give them to somebody who might be on the edge, somebody who might be out here doing things that's questionable, things that might end them in prison or in these situations, and see if they still want to make these decisions. Because I can guarantee you, you're going to be faced with a lot of these scenarios if you end up in there. And if you end up in there for long periods of time, the chances of you being faced with these scenarios are even greater. Man. So anyway, man, I just wanted to drop that on y'all while I got this workout in, man. Y'all come over there and join me. Rock with me. I appreciate all the love, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. And y'all know I'm getting back right, so it's going to be more dangerous for somebody to try to run up on me, man. I hope they don't do it. I'm peaceful out here, man. I'm at peace. I'm peaceful. I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and by all means, duck them hooks. Boom, 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 boom. after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality. I'm coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I'm rich in love, my family loves me. That's really all that counts, you know. And I'm rich in love, my family love me, and that's really all that counts.